You're spineless. The word hit me harder than the sound of the front door slamming. I stood in the kitchen, my phone still in my hand, staring at the banking app like it had personally betrayed me. Checking account, $2,184.73. Savings, $412.09. Joint investment account, closed. I refreshed. Same numbers. Behind me, cabinet doors banged open. You heard me, Daniel, my wife said. Spineless, weak, pathetic. I turned slowly. Where did the money go, Claire? She laughed. Not nervous, not guilty. Amused. Don't start with that tone. That tone, my voice cracked. There was $217,000 in our accounts yesterday. She grabbed her purse off the counter. It's my money, too. Claire. She rolled her eyes. God, look at you. You always freeze when something real happens. Where is the money? She walked past me. I moved it. Moved it where? That's none of your business. It's literally my business. She stopped at the doorway. It was my father's inheritance, my father. It was left to both of us. We have a trust document, and you'd still be stocking shelves if it weren't for me pushing you. She snapped, don't act like you built something. My chest felt hollow. Our mortgage is on auto pay. I'll handle it. Our daughter's tuition is due Friday. I'll handle it. With what? I stepped closer. Claire, we don't have anything left. She smiled. You don't. And then she walked out. By 10:47 a.m., I was sitting in the car outside our bank. I didn't call her. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I started documenting. I took screenshots of every account balance. I exported transaction histories. Wire transfer, $190,000. Destination, Redwood Private Holdings, LLC. Date 9:12 a.m. Authorized by Claire Martin. I stared at the LLC name. Redwood. That wasn't ours. At 11:30, I was sitting across from a bank manager named Anita. She folded her hands on her desk. Mr. Martin, because it's a joint account, she is legally permitted to transfer funds. All of it. Yes, even into a private company, if she's listed as managing member. My stomach tightened. She set up an LLC. Anita nodded slowly. Redwood Private Holdings was formed 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks. Yes. I hadn't known. Not a word. She planned this, I whispered. Anita didn't respond. I leaned forward. Can I get full transaction records? Wire authorizations, IP login logs. She hesitated. You'd need to file a formal request. I'm filing it. That night she came home at 9:15 p.m. Wine on her breath, confidence in her walk. You look stressed, she said lightly, dropping her heels by the door. Where is Redwood Private Holdings? She froze for half a second, then recovered. A holding company. For what? For investments. With all our money. Our money. I stepped closer. You've been planning this for 6 weeks. She didn't deny it. You wouldn't understand strategy. Strategy. You hesitate, you second guess, I move. You emptied everything. She crossed her arms. Because I don't trust you. That one hit. I don't trust you to lead this family. She continued, you're comfortable being average. We were stable. Stable is slow death. You could have talked to me. And what? Watch you panic, beg me to reconsider. I stared at her. Are you leaving? She didn't answer directly. I'm protecting myself. From what? From being dragged down. By midnight, she was asleep. I wasn't. I sat at the dining table with my laptop open. I created a folder. Claire Financial Activity. Inside it, I placed every document, every screenshot, every email. I requested full bank audit logs. I pulled credit reports. Then I did something else. I ordered a background report on Redwood Private Holdings. Registered agent, Claire Martin. Managing member, Claire Martin. Business purpose, real estate investment. Initial funding, $190,000. Additional investor, Thomas Whitaker. I blinked. Thomas, her mentor. The man she'd been meeting for consulting lunches. I pulled up her calendar. Lunch with TW weekly. My jaw tightened. 3 days later, the mortgage payment bounced. I found out at 6:42 a.m. Notification, payment declined. She was in the shower. I knocked on the bathroom door. The mortgage bounced. Water stopped. What? The payment. She opened the door, towel wrapped tight. That's impossible. It's not. She grabbed her phone. Her face changed. They froze the Redwood account. Why? Compliance review. I didn't answer, because I had filed a suspicious activity complaint. By 10 a.m., she was screaming. You reported me. I reported unusual activity. You tried to sabotage me. You drained our accounts. She stepped toward me, eyes blazing. You have no idea what you just did. Enlighten me. That money was securing a property deal. With Thomas. Her expression flickered. You went through my things. It's public record. She laughed sharply. You're spying now? God, Daniel. This is why I call you spineless. You don't confront, you sneak. I asked you where the money went, and I told you I moved it. To your business partner. She slapped the counter. He's an investor. In what, you? Her hand came fast. It stopped an inch from my face. She lowered it slowly. You don't get to question me. I'm your husband. Barely. That afternoon, I met with a lawyer. Her name was Rebecca Hall. She didn't sugarcoat anything. If she transferred marital assets into a separate entity without disclosure. Rebecca said that's concealment. Fraud. Potentially. And the LLC. If marital funds were used to establish it, it's still subject to division. I leaned back. She called me spineless. Rebecca looked at me over her glasses, then stopped being spineless. She slid a document across the table. Petition for financial injunction. We freeze everything, she said, immediately. Claire was served at 4:18 p.m. I know the exact time because she called me at 4:19. What the hell is this? An injunction. You filed for divorce. I filed to protect our assets. You escalated this. You started it. You think this scares me? She hissed. No. It should. Why? There was silence. Then she said softly, because you don't know what I have on you. The line went dead. At 7 p.m., 2 police officers knocked on my door. Daniel Martins. Yes. We've received a report of domestic financial abuse. I stared. Excuse me. Your wife alleges you've been controlling and restricting her access to marital funds. I almost laughed. She drained the accounts. Sir, we're just here to document. I showed them the bank statements, the wire transfers, the LLC formation. They took notes, but as they left, one of them said quietly, you might want a good attorney. The next morning, Claire filed a protective order. Claim coercive control, financial intimidation, emotional instability. I was ordered to vacate the home pending review. I stood in my own driveway with a duffel bag. My neighbor, Mrs. Alvarez, watched from her porch. Claire stood in the doorway. You did this, I said. She shrugged. You wanted war. I moved into a hotel. Room 312. Queen bed. Thin walls. I spent 3 days there. Collecting. Documenting. I subpoenaed Redwood's financial records. Rebecca filed for forensic accounting. We discovered something. Redwood had attempted to purchase a condominium downtown. Purchase price, $410,000. Down payment, $190,000. Seller, Whitaker Development Group. Owned by Thomas Whitaker. I stared at the paperwork. She wired him the down payment, I said. Rebecca nodded. And he was selling it to her. Yes. At double market value. Yes. So he was taking our money. Yes. And she thought she was investing. Rebecca folded her hands. Or she knew. The hearing was scheduled for Thursday at 9 a.m. Family Courtroom 4B. Claire arrived in a tailored navy suit. Thomas sat behind her. I caught his eye. He didn't look away. The judge reviewed the filings. Mrs. Martin, he said, did you transfer $190,000 into a private LLC without spousal disclosure? Claire smiled faintly. I acted in the best interest of our financial future. And did you inform your husband? It wasn't necessary. The judge looked unimpressed. Rebecca stood. Your Honor, we have evidence that the funds were wired directly into a property transaction with Mr. Whitaker's company at an inflated valuation. Murmurs in the courtroom. Thomas shifted. Claire stiffened. Rebecca continued. We also have text messages. She handed copies to the clerk. The judge read silently. His eyebrows rose. He read aloud. Thomas, he'll never notice. You said he doesn't check details. Claire, he's spineless. I handle everything. The air went still. Claire's face drained. That's taken out of context, she said quickly. The judge looked at her. What context makes this acceptable? She opened her mouth. Closed it. Rebecca delivered the final blow. We also obtained Redwood's internal communications. Mr. Whitaker drafted the LLC operating agreement himself. Thomas stood abruptly. Objection. Sit down, the judge said sharply. Rebecca's voice stayed calm. Your Honor, this appears to be a coordinated effort to divert marital funds. Claire turned toward Thomas. You said this was standard. He didn't look at her. The judge lifted his glasses. Temporary order, all assets frozen. Protective order dismissed pending further review. Mrs. Martin, you will vacate the marital home within 72 hours. Claire's head snapped up. What? You initiated the financial transfer. That's my house. It is marital property. Her composure cracked. You can't do this. The judge's gavel came down. Next case. Outside the courtroom, she grabbed my arm. You humiliated me. You tried to ruin me. I was building something. With him, it was business. He was selling you a property at double value. She blinked. That's not true. It's in the documents. She turned toward Thomas. Tell him. Thomas adjusted his tie. This is getting messy. Tell him, she repeated. He looked at her like she was an inconvenience. Claire, you knew the valuation. Her face shifted. No, you signed the disclosure. You said it was projected growth. It was. At double price. He shrugged. Market optimism. I watched it happen. The realization. She wasn't the mastermind. She was the mark. You used me, she whispered. Thomas smiled faintly. It was mutually beneficial. For you. He walked away. Just like that. She stood there, shaking. You knew, she asked me. I suspected. You let me walk into court. I gave you 3 chances to talk to me. Her eyes filled. Why didn't you stop me? You called me spineless. Her laugh came out broken. I thought you were weak. I was patient. The forensic audit went public 2 weeks later. Thomas Whitaker was under investigation for structured asset inflation. 3 other investors came forward. The condo deal collapsed. Redwood dissolved. Claire moved into an apartment across town. The divorce proceedings continued. But something changed. She wasn't arrogant anymore. She was quiet. At mediation, she looked at me across the table. I didn't think you'd fight. I didn't want to. You enjoyed this. No, I said honestly. I hated it. She swallowed. I thought you needed me to lead. I needed a partner. There was nothing left to say. 6 months later, the judge finalized the divorce. Asset division adjusted for attempted concealment. I kept the house, primary custody of our daughter. Claire received a reduced settlement. As we left the courthouse, she stopped me. Daniel. I turned. I was wrong about you. I didn't answer. She stepped closer. I thought strength meant control. It doesn't. What does it mean? I looked at her. It means knowing when to act. She nodded slowly. I underestimated you. Yes, I said quietly, you did. That night I stood in the kitchen again. Same counter, same light fixture, different silence. My daughter ran in. Dad, Mom says I can stay extra this weekend. That's good, I said, kneeling to hug her. Are you and Mom still mad? No, I said, we're just different now. She accepted that. Kids do. After she went to bed, I opened my laptop. The folder still existed. Claire Financial Activity. I hovered over it. Then I deleted it. Not because I forgot. Not because I forgave everything. But because I didn't need it anymore. She called me spineless. She thought I wouldn't move. She thought draining our accounts would leave me helpless. Instead, I documented everything. Every transfer. Every lie. Every message. I didn't destroy her. She destroyed herself. I just turned on the lights.